Picture a locked office door, ordinary looking, no sign of anything special behind it. On the desk inside sits a single bank statement, and the number on it reads $500,000, sitting untouched, doing nothing. That's not the price of a McDonald's. That's just the number you need before McDonald's will even take your call. Beside it, a franchise application waits, unsigned, next to renderings of golden arches glowing against a dawn sky. Most people assume owning one of these is a modest, familiar bet, something like buying into a neighborhood coffee shop. The real story is far more capital-heavy and far more corporate than almost anyone realizes. I'm your host, and this is Financially Astute, where we open the books on businesses people think they understand. Today, we're breaking down what it actually costs to become a McDonald's franchisee, and more importantly, what's really left over once the corporation gets its cut. By the end of this episode, you'll know the entry price, the recurring fees baked into every single sale, and the honest range of what an owner actually takes home. Not the fantasy number, the one the paperwork actually supports. This is Denise. She's a composite, an illustrative stand-in built from how real multi-unit franchisees actually operate, not one specific owner. She's run McDonald's locations for over a decade, and she's walking us through what the register actually sees on a normal Tuesday. A single US McDonald's location now often posts annual sales north of $3 million, though that figure moves year to year and by market, so treat it as a benchmark, not a promise. That's the top line. What matters is everything that happens to it after. Most of that volume never touches a dining room chair. The drive-thru carries the majority of sales, with the mobile app and delivery apps pulling a growing slice, and dine-in filling out the rest. Breakfast alone has become its own economy inside the store, a sharp surge before work hours, followed by a brutal lunch peak that can move more orders in 90 minutes than some restaurants see all day. People think the money's made at dinner. It's not. My busiest register hours are 7 to 9 in the morning and 11:30 to 1. Miss staffing either window, and you feel it in the weekly numbers immediately. And Denise doesn't run just one of these. Like most established franchisees, her name is on several restaurants, not one, because in this system, real income is rarely a single register story. So that's the top line. Now let's talk about everything that leaves it before Denise ever sees a personal dollar, because this is where the McDonald's model looks very different from the franchise most people imagine. Total investment to open one restaurant typically lands somewhere between $1.3 million and over $2.3 million, depending heavily on whether it's new construction or an existing building and where it sits. Inside that number sits the initial franchise fee itself, commonly cited around $45,000. It sounds almost modest next to the total, and that's exactly the point. It's a small door into a very expensive room. Once the doors open, McDonald's takes a royalty of roughly 4% of gross sales off the top every single sales period, whether the store had a great month or a rough one. Add another roughly 4% that goes into the required advertising fund, the ads, the promotions, the branding that keeps the golden arches everywhere. Also non-negotiable, also calculated before profit enters the conversation. Here's the part that surprises people most. McDonald's typically owns or controls the land and the building itself, and charges the franchisee rent, often cited somewhere around 8 to 9% of gross sales, though it varies by lease and location. Picture every sales dollar as a single coin, roughly 4 cents peeled off for royalty, another 4 for advertising, and 8 or 9 more for rent, before a single expense of running the actual kitchen gets paid. Then comes labor, the crew wages, the shift differentials, the benefits, on a payroll that can run dozens of employees across overlapping shifts 7 days a week, with no real slow season to hide in. Fast food turnover is notoriously high, and every departure costs real money in rehiring, retraining, and the slower, error-prone shifts that come with a green crew still learning the register. Food cost typically runs in a familiar band for quick-service restaurants, and it moves with beef, produce, and packaging prices that the franchisee doesn't control and can't simply pass along overnight. Every few years comes a required re-imaging, new counters, new signage, new kitchen equipment, sometimes costing hundreds of thousands of dollars, because staying inside the brand means staying current with it. Add ongoing technology fees, point-of-sale systems, kiosks, app infrastructure, all licensed, all maintained, all billed. None of it is optional if you want to look and run like a McDonald's. And because almost nobody pays that full investment in cash, debt service sits on top of everything else, a fixed monthly obligation that has to be paid whether the store is having its best month or its worst. So after royalty, advertising, rent, labor, food, and debt, what's actually left for the person whose name is on the loan? This is the number the entire episode has been building toward. Franchise consultants often reference restaurant-level cash flow before debt service landing somewhere in the low hundreds of thousands of dollars annually per restaurant, though McDonald's does not guarantee any figure, and location swings this enormously. Run the stack and you can see why. 16 to 17 cents of every sales dollar is gone before rent variance and operating costs even enter, leaving a much thinner margin than the top line ever suggests. For a single restaurant owner-operator carrying a normal debt load, a realistic, conservative annual personal take-home often lands well below 6 figures in the early years, once that debt service is actually paid. The far more common success story is the operator running 6 to 8 restaurants or more, where the income is a portfolio sum across multiple locations, not one heroic register having one great year. Every figure here is an industry range, drawn from public disclosures and franchise consultant benchmarks, not a McDonald's guarantee and not a promise of what any specific store will earn. This is education, not financial or investment advice, which closes the gap between the fantasy and the paperwork. Owning the Golden Arches was never a shortcut to easy money. It's a demanding, capital-heavy operating business that happens to wear a very famous uniform. This model rewards people who already have real liquid capital, operational experience, and the appetite to manage staff-heavy locations under strict corporate standards, often across more than one site at once. It is not built for someone testing a first business idea on a modest budget, and it is absolutely not a passive income play. Every dollar of that cash flow gets earned in daily operations. What surprised me most wasn't the rent or the royalty, honestly. It was how much of my week is spent managing people, not burgers. The food is the easy part. That's a pattern across every franchise we've looked at on this channel. The brand gets you in the door. The people running the floor determine whether the number at the bottom of the page is good or painful. Denise's evenings look like this: a drive-through lane glowing under sodium lights, a line of cars that never quite stops, and a P and L that only makes sense once you've seen both sides of it. So if there's one number to remember from this episode, it isn't the sales figure or the fee. It's this: the real payoff in this business lives in scale, in running several restaurants well, not one restaurant heroically, Next time, we're looking at a franchise built on the exact opposite entry structure, one with a famously low buy-in cost and one of the most selective operator vetting processes in franchising. We're opening the books on Chick-fil-A. As always on this channel, no hype, no guaranteed returns. Just the actual numbers laid out plainly so you can judge the business on its real economics, not its reputation. If this kind of honest, numbers-first breakdown is useful to you, share it with someone weighing a franchise decision of their own, and subscribe to Financially Astute for the next one. Thanks for reading the fine print with us.